Welcome to Daily Grind. Before I get into the topic today, I got a story. My little rainbow water bottle here, I got made fun of at work for it. So I said, alright fuckers, if I set this on the table in the break room and forget about it for a couple days and it just sits there, are any of you fuckers gonna steal it? And one of the guys spoke up and said, well, he's got a point. So that's the method to my reason, or madness to my method, or method to my madness. No one's gonna steal my water bottle. Let's get into it today.
Let's go!
Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute
Do they fund
of
Dr.
Virology.
Barrick?
Sounds like old news, right? Wrong. Some shit recently came out that contradicts what Dr. Fauci just said, and Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla, had a tweet out demanding the prosecution of Dr. Fauci for funding this gain-of-function research. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, gain-of-function is something to do with animal viruses, making it infect humans. That's allegedly where the coronavirus came from. You know, COVID-19. And I don't have Twatter or Twitter or X, whatever it's being called now. Speaking of Elon Musk and Twitter and Tesla, I really fucking hate electric vehicles. I think they're the dumbest thing. Let's all drive electric vehicles to try to save the world, but we have to mine the lithium for these batteries, you know, with diesel-powered heavy equipment. And you have to ship all this lithium shit with diesel-powered equipment, ships and trucks, and then you have to get the electricity to charge the batteries that are in the electric vehicles. And I think all of these fucking politicians and all of these Green New Deal idiots think electricity probably just comes from the wall. Never mind the fact that it comes from, you know, fossil fuel power plants, coal and all that shit. I mean, yeah, there's nuclear power plants and stuff. Either way, I'm getting off topic. Let's get back to what we were talking about. On Thursday, and this article I'm getting this information from is dated May 18th, so I'm guessing Thursday, May 16th. Acting NIH Director, current Principal Deputy Director Dr. Lawrence Tabak was questioned during a hearing by the Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic. The hearing had a mission to compel Tabak to explain numerous inconsistencies between the public and private testimonies of NIH employees and EcoHealth President Dr. Peter Daszak. Debbie Lesko, the Republican representative from Arizona, asked Tabak about the NIH role in the risky gain-of-function research conducted at the Wuhan Institute of Virology through the Manhattan-based EcoHealth Alliance, the nonprofit organization that was involved in the controversial coronavirus experiments. Lesko inquired, Dr. Tabak, did the NIH fund gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology through EcoHealth? Tabak replied, it depends on your definition of gain-of-function research. If you're speaking about the generic term, yes, we did.
Dr. Tabak, did NIH fund gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology through EcoHealth?
It depends on your definition of gain-of-function research. If you're speaking about the generic term, yes, we did, but this is research. The generic term is research that goes on in many, many labs around the country. It is not regulated, and the reason it's not regulated is it poses no threat or harm to anybody.
That the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute
Do they fund
of Virology.
Dr. Barrick?
Dr. Tabak, did NIH fund gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology?
If you're speaking about the generic term, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
The NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research.
The fuck?
Fuck you, Fauci, you lying sack of shit. The Select Subcommittee of the Coronavirus Pandemic declared Tabak offered substantial evidence that Dr. Daszak purposefully misled both the NIH and the Select Subboard Committee about EcoHealth efforts to comply with the grant procedures. Tabak's response also contradicts Fauci's repeated claims that there were no gain-of-function research at the Wuhan lab funded by the NIH. Remember that clip in the opening where Senator Rand Paul asked Dr. Fucker if there was gain-of-function research funded by the NIH, and that lying little weasel dick fuck Fauci said, Rand Paul, you're way out of line. The NIH does not now, it never has, funded gain-of-function research, which we now know is a fucking lie. Dr. Tabak admitted that the NIH did fund gain-of-function research after Dr. Fauci, repeatedly lied to Congress or the Senate. I'm not a political genius, nor do I play one on TV. But he lied to all these people and lied to taxpayers that their money did not fund gain-of-function research. And we now know that that is bullshit. And Elon Musk said Dr. Fauci should be prosecuted. And I agree. This fucker Fauci should be prosecuted for whatever he can be. Telling everyone they have to wear masks, shutting down jobs, keeping your kids out of school, forcing people to get a vaccine, telling people, hey, get this vaccine or you're not going to have a job. So Dr. Fauci should basically have had a little, short mustache like Hitler. I am Dr. Fauci. You will take the vaccine or I will punish you. Right? Thankfully, there was a lot of employers that didn't fall for that bullshit. I still see people driving around in cars by themselves wearing a fucking mask. And that's because Dr. Fauci and his little minions scared the living shit out of them. When I'm in town, kids are getting out of school. I see kids all the time. It's always the same 2 or 3, but they're riding their bike outside with their fucking mask on. Are you kidding me? That shit was over in like 2021. It never started for a lot of people. I think a lot of us just went along to get along. I got this article from Blaze Media, theblaze.com. Let me know what you think about Dr. Fauci, whether or not he should be prosecuted. It's not gonna happen. We all know Dr. Fauci is a Democrat, and being a Democrat means never having to say you're sorry. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time here on Daily Grind.